My February crochet challenge is here, and even though it's not February quite yet, I still have a few days. I just want to get set up for the month so that I can be as successful as possible. Also, I'm going to be really busy over the next few days, so if I start a little bit early, I start a little bit early. In case you don't know, this is the second month, but every single month for the foreseeable future, I am setting a personal crochet goal for myself. This month, I have set 3 goals for myself, and I have made them as specific as possible so that I can have like real tangible things to try and achieve. No buy and clearing my whips, of course, but the main goal for this month is going to be clearing my stash, my yarn stash. So I want to continue with not buying any yarn for the month at all. I would like to finish 2 whips. So I have 10 whips currently, although I am about to start an 11th one, which is a year-long tracker, so that's not going to go like count against me or anything because it's my music listening tracker. So I'll have 11 whips once that one starts. Weeks. So I'd like to finish 2 of those, and then I would like to start and finish 2 projects for myself. I will explain that when we kind of get to looking at the yarn. And then I would like to make 10 projects from scraps. And while that might sound like a lot, I'm thinking some of them are just going to be like simple things like hats, bandanas, scarves, really simple projects that I can just kind of like knock out in a couple of hours. I might even be able to do a couple of those in an afternoon kind of projects. Mostly I'm looking for projects that I could like list on my Etsy or give away to friends, maybe some bags. I'm not totally sure of what those projects will be right now. I just know that I want to use up as many scraps as I have and make some fun little things, practice with some stuff. I know for sure I want to try a bucket hat. I've seen some really cute ones online. I keep my yarn in 2 places. The yarn behind me, and there's some on the floor, is what I consider my scrap yarn. The yarn on the floor is overfill from what you're about to see, but this hanging here and what you can see here is scrap yarn. So it is not saved for any project in particular. I can use it however I want, whenever I want, but I have this bookcase here and some bags right in front of it and the floor underneath my scrap yarn pile. These are saved for particular projects that have either not been started at all, or like down there at the bottom there is like some blue yarn right there that I have started it, but it's like a whole cake, and so I don't want to put it in my whip bucket because it just takes up a ton of space. When I talk about I want to start and finish 2 projects for myself, I'm talking about from that section. But when I'm talking about the 10 scrap projects, I'm talking about from this or this. I do have my scrap yarn blanket, which is a project that I will keep. It is for myself. It is a whip. Now this would be a fantastic whip for me to finish because it would use up a lot of my scrap yarn, but it would also complete a whip because I have decided the way I'm going to calculate how much scrap yarn I use up is I'm going to put as much scrap yarn as I can fit into I have a big Tupperware down here that I'm going to empty out, and I'm going to weigh as much of my scrap yarn as I can right now. And then throughout the month, whenever I'm working on one of these 10 projects or that scrap yarn blanket, I'm going to take it out of those buckets. I'm going to do that really quickly. The bucket is behind this chair. This is my bucket. This is my scale. This is my cat, who is now fascinated by my scale. So I have to get this onto here, and let's see what it's going to weigh and hope my cat doesn't get freaked out by it. Okay, it's settled at 9 pounds. Oh, okay, it just went back up. Did my cat like put a weight on it or something? Why is it still going up? Kelsey, are you messing with it? Okay, no, he's not. He's over here. 9 pounds. Okay, now it went down a lot. 1 second. I had lost some yarn, but I put it back on there. So everything is on top. I don't know what's going on, but it is down to 8 pounds and, oh, that was my fault. 8 pounds, and we'll just call that 16 ounces. So actually that's 9 pounds. We'll just call it 9 pounds flat. I'll just keep this by my desk and show you what I use from it. And at the very end of the month, we will weigh it again and see how much I've used. Hello! I've officially started my first scrap yarn project for February. It's still not February yet though. It's Wednesday, the 29th of January. I grabbed this ball of yarn, which was kind of on top if you had seen it before. This had been sitting in there probably about a year and a half. I know I bought this before I went to Seattle in 2023. I've been to Seattle in 2023 and in 2024, but I went in 2023 in October. So it was sometime before that. And I had a whole cake of this, but only one cake. I am working on a shawl. Okay, hello, my cat is touching you. I'm working on a shawl. It is the pattern for the 6-day star blanket, 6-day star shawl by Betty McKnits. And I'm really enjoying it. It's fun. It's easy if you've done the blanket before, because the yarn changes colors. It's nice because I don't have to like be changing yarns. I'm worried, cat, that there is not enough yarn. Just finished my first project, which is this beautiful shawl. It is a little bit small when I put it on, but I think I'm gonna give it to my granny, and she is much, much, much smaller than me. This is the amount of yarn that was left over. I don't know exactly how much it is. I guess I could weigh it. But it's just gonna go back into the scrap bucket with all the other yarn that will get weighed at the end of the month. For my next project, I think I'm gonna do something much faster. I wanna get like my next few projects to be like quick ones. I don't know if all of them are gonna be the same, but I think I'm gonna do a double-stranded beanie. So I'll get 2 colors and I will do a beanie. So I've done some of these before. Here's an example of one. So it's supposed to fold up like so, and it's super cute, super great, and they're pretty easy. So I'll use a 10mm hook and weight 4 yarn, and those are great because they use up a little bit of yarn but 2 colors of yarn. So I'm gonna go pick my colors and I'll show you what I decide on. These are my colors. This is like a really light blue and this is a brown. I think they're gonna be so pretty together. I don't think I'm gonna get much crocheting done this weekend. Unfortunately, tomorrow does technically start February 1st, so I did start this challenge a little bit early, but I don't care. It doesn't really hurt that I won't have the first weekend to work on this because I've already been working on it outside of February. Project number 2 finished. I am actually really impressed how much yarn that used up. It wasn't a whole ball of either of these scraps, but it was at least half of both of those, and I don't think I have enough of either of these to make another beanie. I don't know what I'll use them for, but I'll throw them back in the thing and do the thing. I am so tired. I am actually gonna go to bed now, but I had to stay up because I had to finish the last episode of Yellow Jackets. I was watching it for the first time, and I just finished the last episode of season 2. Season 3 doesn't come out for 16 days, but I got more of this color finished because I decided to do a bandana. Here it is. Let me show you like a little bit closer. I feel like it kind of looks like chainmail a little bit. I'm actually obsessed, and I think I'm gonna keep it for myself. I'm gonna make a decision tomorrow morning, but I really, really like it. I think it's so cute how I did like this edge here. I did the mini bobble, which I learned recently for a blanket that I did, but I did it kind of like tight, and I just think it's so freaking cute. Also, I sell them and I keep some, and I have kept quite a few because like whenever I just really love one, I do keep it. That's 3 projects down. While I was cleaning out my office and reorganizing everything, I came across 2 giant, you know, those paper bags from Joann's Fabrics. I thought they were whip bags. They were just full of scrap yarn. And so I've spent the last like few hours winding all of that yarn up, and it filled this entire tote. But I really want to add that weight to my scrap weight that I'm trying to accomplish. Also, a lot of the colors I really want to use. So I've just put it all into this bin because it won't fit in that bin. Plus I've been using stuff out of that bin. And I am just going to weigh this separately and then add the 2 weights together. And that's going to be my new weight that I am trying to accomplish from. So I have my scale right in front of me and I'm turning it on. This is at 5 pounds and 5 ounces about. It's like 4.6 ounces. I'll show you. 5 pounds. Oh, now it says 8 ounces. My new number is, before I had 9 plus 5. We are now talking 14 pounds and 5 ounces is my new weight of yarn that I am trying to work through this month. As you can see, I'm already wearing this. I am home. It is Sunday night. I'm probably going to sit and do some crocheting tonight. I'm really tired from my weekend trip, but I would like to crochet. So I don't know what exactly I want to work on. I might do some bandanas because those are easy and I kind of want to get through this yarn. I have so much of it, but I don't know. I'm very tired. I need to go shower. This is as far as I got tonight. Oh, that's sideways. This is as far as I got tonight. I found more of this color yarn in my bin. I still have some more to do. I'm gonna keep going in this color. I won't be able to finish it in this color, so I'll have to figure out something else to do. So that'll be tomorrow's problem. Okay, so I have just finished. I did have to add in 2 different blues at the bottom to have it be big enough. And I only have this and this left over from this project in my scraps, but let me show you what this looks like. And please pardon my pajamas. I am homesick today from work, so there's no chance in hell I'm getting out of these. So look how good this looks. The edging, I did the same that I did for my bandana, so it's kind of that, I forget what it's called. I think it's like a small bauble or mini bauble or whatever, but it's really cute and I love it so much. Really not feeling well, so I don't know if I'm going to keep crocheting or if I'm just gonna go lay in bed for the rest of the day. So it's been a few days since we have chatted because I have been working on a mystery project, which I can't really show, but like there's kind of a little sneak peek of it, and that's just because I am working on a wedding present for one of my best friends because she's getting married in a few months, and I realized, oh my goodness, I need to actually like work on this. So I will be counting that as one of my, I had said that I wanted to work on 2 projects that were like from scratch, like from beginning to end this month, but I just won't be able to show you guys the progress of that during this video. I'm so sorry because she follows me on things and so I just can't like show it. I will like be taking shorts of it, and once I give it to her I'll like post those shorts. But I am going to take a break from that today because I've made like amazing progress on it. I am like probably 60% through with it, and I'm gonna go back to working on some scrap projects. So I have a ton of this yarn and I've just been trying to work up some different patterns with it. I'm not really feeling anything that I'm currently doing, so I'm just gonna frog what I kind of have been working on, and I'm just gonna go back to basics. I have my book club call in 2 minutes, and that usually goes for 2 to 3 hours, just kind of depending on how we're feeling and how busy everyone is. I get the feeling that today's we're not really going to talk about the book much because I don't think anyone really liked the book we read this month, but I don't know how busy everyone is, so it might go really short, it might go really long, but I usually crochet during it, so I'm not going to be able to film whatever I crochet for you guys during it because we're going to be chatting. I am just going to use as much of this yarn as I can because I have like tons of it, like way more than just this, plus like some other things if I feel like it, and I think I'm going to focus on mostly doing bandanas. I might mix it up and do a few other things if I feel like it. Basically what I'm saying is over the next like few hours I am just going to be crocheting. I can't show you what I'm going to be doing while I'm doing it, but I will give you guys a recap when I finish, and hopefully I will get quite a few little projects done and we'll have some nice little things to show. Oh my goodness, it is so much later. We ended up having an amazing discussion. We only talked about our book for maybe an hour, but then we were on the phone for, oh my god, 5 hours. I didn't get to crochet as much as I would have wanted because we were like really talking about so many different things, but I did do 3 bandanas with this yarn and some of this like maroon yarn that I had, which I'll show you all of those. And then I worked a little bit on my scrap blanket. I think I did like 3 or 4 rows on this, but I like ate. I was looking at like different articles that people were sending. I was interacting with people. I was talking. I was doing stuff. I have officially finished 7 scrap projects from scrap yarn. Let me show you them. So this was the first bandana that I did, which I was making the most intricate, and this definitely took me the longest, and I think it's so cute. None of these have a pattern, but this one definitely does not have a pattern, because I was like, every single row I was just making something up as I went. And then this one is the same as the blue one that I made before, which, wait, is this actually 1, 2, 3, 4? No, yeah, this is 7 projects. And then this one is just a double crochet pretty much all the way around. And then I did, it's not quite a scalloped edge, but it almost looks like a scalloped edge in the maroon. And I think that one is so cute too. Plan right now is to continue working on this, because I'd like to finish up this ball of yarn and then attach on, I think, these 2 scraps onto here and then finish those up. But I still have quite a bit of scrap yarn, and then actually no, after I do that I need to measure out this blanket and see where I am at, because I don't know how much more I need to do on this blanket. Good morning. I have officially washed and dried this blanket, so let me show it to you all. It was not made for the vertical format, so apologies, I'm trying my best to show it to you, but oh my goodness, it smells so good and I'm very happy with it. I might still steam block it just to relax it up a little bit more, but other than that, I'm so freaking happy. I love it so much. So that project is done. I have taken it off of all of my whips and all of my things that need to be done. And I haven't decided if I'm gonna go back to my wedding gift project for my friend, or if I'm gonna keep working on scrap projects, but I need to like have some breakfast, get moving with my day today. So also today I wanted to kind of like, I have a pile of things that need to be blocked and listed on my website, and so I kind of wanted to like block some of those, tie in some ends, do that. So I did another one of these bandanas, but it is in the dryer right now because I blocked like all of my bandanas that I did the past few days. So that was project number 8. And then I grabbed a bunch of, I did that because I was doing a TikTok tutorial on how to make this bandana in the shawl that I did the other day. So that'll be out way before the time this video comes out. And then I grabbed a bunch of random colors from the scrap bin that I have. I just put them in this bucket. And I think I'm just gonna make up a bunch of granny, not squares, but hexagons. I'm thinking I might end up doing the squares. We'll see. Just a ton of them. And I think I'm just gonna do a blanket. I don't totally know. I might sit and look at these and go in the round. I'm still kind of working out the idea in my head. It's been a few days because I have been incredibly frustrated. But I did a bunch of granny squares in this color, and then I was just like, I'm not feeling this. I'm not feeling this. I feel like this color is just awful, which is so funny because I actually have a water bottle in this exact color and I love that water bottle. So I just guess it's the yarn. So I was like, okay, maybe if I do one of those blankets where you have like the inner is like a big granny square and then you do like smaller granny squares around it, that I will like. So I started doing like multicolored granny big square, and I hate this. I hate this too. So I'm going to right now cut this yarn. Where is my freaking scissors? I'm gonna roll this up. I just think I need to, I don't know, do what to do with these. Maybe unroll them, and I think I just need to make solo projects with this yarn. But I can't even think about that right now. I think I need to take a break from my scrap yarn because it's been frustrating me so much. I know it's because I'm trying to push myself to use this color, and if I just like focused on other colors, I would be fine. But I have other projects that I need to work on. So I'm going to go back to my friend's wedding present because I do need to work on that project that is 72 inches right now. It needs to be about 90 inches when I finish it. I have about 18 more inches to go. I'll leave it there. I was gonna like cut this all out of this video, but I thought it would be worth me showing you guys that like even I fail at things like epically and get frustrated with my crochet. Like it's not all sunshine and roses. I know that one of my scrap projects, I definitely wanna make a scrap sweater like I have made for myself so that I can sell that on my Etsy because you all love it, and so I just think that would be great. I also have started another bandana, so I need to finish that, and I have all of these granny squares that need to be like done something with. Hello, it is February 14th, so I want to give a middle of the month update because February only has 28 days. So I haven't done any more scrap yarn projects. I did finish off this in the gray, but I have decided I'm going to do a different color to do some type of border and finish off that. So I only have 8 projects finished out of scrapped yarn. I did finish the one project that was a whip. So I have 1 whip finished. I have 8 scrap yarn projects finished, and I am almost finished with my friend's wedding present. I have 4 rows left. I'm actually like in the middle of the first of those 4 rows, so we'll call it 3.5 rows left. So I'm gonna try to finish that tonight, but I did have a migraine today. I took my meds. I'm feeling a lot better now after taking them. So I just don't know how tonight will go, but if I don't finish it tonight, I will finish it first thing tomorrow morning. That puts me at then also having 1 start and finish project finished, which I wanted to have 2 of those finished, 2 whips finished, and 10 scrap projects finished. I kind of went through my whips today and I was looking through all of them, and I have 2 that I kind of want to finish before the end of the month instead of doing another really big start and finish project next. I think I have a couple that are like smaller ones, like hats and scarves and stuff. So I think I'll do one of those. I'm feeling confident. I'm feeling happy. My cat is coming over here to me. Oh, he was really close to you guys. Yes. Yes. The only thing that kind of does stink is because February's so short. I have this weekend and then I have next weekend, and those are the only weekends left in February because the last weekend is March 1st. I officially finished my friend's wedding gift, so we can cross that off of our to-dos, which actually I started making to-do lists. I used to love to-do lists, and then I kind of got off the habit of them, so crossed off. Let me show you. I know I said I wasn't going to show you all. I was going to show you in another video, but I realized I'm running over yarn. I realized that it would be fine to do because my friend was most likely going to get her gift before this video came out, and if she didn't, I would just yell at her not to watch this. So here it is. It is a 6-day star blanket. It is 90 inches by 90 inches. It is multi-textured, multicolored, all in her favorite colors. Oh, she's gorgeous. She's beautiful. I cannot wait to give it to my friend. I do need to wash it and block it, but I have already tied in all the ends because I am on it with this. When it comes to being like presents, I've got it. I am like on it. But when it comes to me doing anything for myself, if you watched my like blanket video that I released in February, which for me is like a few days ago, for you is probably like 2-3 weeks ago, I showed like multiple blankets where I just never tied in the ends, which like it's for me. And yeah, my cat goes after the ends, but like who cares? I'm definitely gonna like chill out for at least 10 minutes. But I like really feel like I'm gonna, like, I feel successful. I feel like I can do anything right now after finishing that dang thing. Kind of want to ride the high. Think I might go and try to work on my Suzette stitch blanket, which is this one. I gotta figure out where I'm at with this, like what needs to be done next, which basically means, here you go, here she is, lovely. I need to measure it. Oh, that was upside down. Apologies. I basically need to measure it and figure out how tall it needs to be so that I can get an estimate for how many more rows or how many more of these stripes I need to do. Don't think I had a hook attached to it, but I'm pretty sure it's my pink hook. I don't actually remember. Yeah, it's my 5.5. I don't ever remember what size it is. I can remember that my 6.5 is the bright green, this one, but the rest of them, I do not know what size they are. I just remember for my projects, like, oh, it was the pink one, or oh, it was the blue one, or oh, it was the gold one. And there's other colors than that, but these are like the main ones that I have and use on repeat. Okay, pausing on that for a second. When I was trying to find scrap yarn for that project, I found my bulky yarn that I threw into the bin to be like counted for the weight. And there's like a taupe, kind of a brown gray, a camel color, and then this gray that has browns running through it. And I forgot I wanted to use this all, and I was thinking scarf. So I'm actually gonna pause on this and I'm just gonna do a scarf because I think I could actually knock out a scarf tonight, and then this all would be like significant weight taken off of the bucket. Gonna pause and make a scarf. I think I'm gonna do it long ways, and I think I'll do the moss stitch because I don't have as much of these two as I do the other two. That way I could possibly only do like 1 or 2 rounds of these colors, but then do like a lot more rounds of the other colors. And then when I cut off, they could just be like tassels. I just finished the scarf. All of the fringe really did help use up a lot of the yarn. I still need to trim the fringe down, but I think I'm gonna do that after I wash the scarf. So let me give you just like a little bit of a, here's what it looks like. I think it's so freaking cute. So here are the bulky yarns, and I didn't think I was gonna use this up for sure. Here is the yellow. I don't think I told YouTube. I ended up grabbing a yellow to use as well because I just thought like a nice little yellow in the center would be nice. My parents are coming over in about 20 minutes to help me hang a pegboard. Parents are coming over. We're gonna be hanging a pegboard. I am working on redoing my entire office, which will be a separate video. Probably coming out around the same time as this one, so hopefully you guys will get to see it, and I hope you like it because I'm really enjoying how my new office is, and I'm almost done with the reorganization. I found a pattern online for a bucket hat. It's one of these like where you get to follow like the freaking, what do you even call these, charts? And so I'm going to try and follow that, although I don't think I'm gonna have time before my parents show up because, again, 20 minutes and they're usually early. So I'm probably just going to look through my list of things I want to accomplish this week and maybe knock off one of those. I don't know, or maybe I'll just chill for 20 minutes until they get here. Okay, my parents have left. It's almost 3 o'clock. I had some lunch finally. They were not able to hang the pegboard, unfortunately, because they didn't bring the right tools it is what it is. It's fine. My dad will come back tomorrow and be able to hang it. It's not that big of a deal. I decided to go through my scrap bucket and pull out all of the like really little pieces. Like some of them, they don't have much. Some of them are a little bit bigger. And I filled like an Amazon bag. I always keep these because I have to ship things out. So I filled one of these. It's not a huge one. You can see compared to my head, but it is like a decent size. And this is what I'll be pulling from. Like some of them about this size. Some of them are a little bit smaller. Some of them are really small and I just don't even know if I'll be able to use them, to be honest. Like this one's really, really small, but I thought I might be able to use it for like the first round. And I'm gonna start trying to do some bucket hats. So I ended up not following the pattern exactly, but this is so flipping cute. I decided to do ruffles on the end. Do you guys see how cute this is? Like, I'm obsessed. I'm definitely gonna make another one. So the very, very top, let me show you, has a little bit of white, and I wanted to do white trim to like bring it back around, but I definitely don't have enough of the white. It's kind of like an off-white, and I just tried to match it, and I don't have enough of it. So I think this is cute enough though. I'm gonna leave it. It's so cute. It's so flipping cute. Anyway, oh, my cat's now playing with my yarn. Are you enjoying? He was dead asleep. So I am definitely gonna make another one, but this was project 10. I just finished my 10th project made out of scrap yarn. I'm gonna make another one right now. So really fun. My dad came while I was at work today and hung my pegboards. One is over here and one is behind my desk. I'll give the full tour. I will set them up in the other video, but I'm just letting you know that they are hung and my cat is knocking you over, sorry. They're hung. So last night I made 2. Kelsey, can you get out of my way? 2. Oh my God. Okay, me and him need to work on boundaries. Bucket hats. And I think they are so flippin' cute because I put ruffles on them. I am obsessed with ruffles recently. And I think putting them on bucket hats was the way to go. Oh my God, my cat. Okay, we're gonna try to find some other way to film this. He wasn't in here when I started filming this. Bucket hat number 1 is this bad boy. The top has a little bit of white. You've got the green ruffles around the head. I think it's so cute. Bucket hat number 2 is definitely my favorite. It's got a sunflower top, and then it's got a lot more ruffles and a repeating pattern, although every single orange yarn is slightly different. My favorite orange is the one I did next to my face. So I don't know if I'll be able to sell this one just because it is so just kind of like a tester, whereas this one at least like is consistent. But you know what? I think this is so cute. So even if I kept it, I would wear it. I love it. I think it's so cute. And it's freaking giving me inspiration for more future projects. My friend and I sent her a picture of me wearing this yesterday, last night, this morning, I don't remember. And me and her were already texting back and forth about like different ideas that like this inspired in both of us. She doesn't know how to crochet, so I'd have to make all of them, but different ideas. Yeah, all of this is a huge mess because I gotta put stuff back now that the pegboards are up. But I went to the store and I don't know where, but I went to Staples and I decided to get myself a planner. I used to be such a planner person, like back when I was in school, because I need to get serious about this crochet shop stuff, and I have so many ideas in my head about YouTube videos, crochet shop stuff, about my Ko-Fi page, which you can follow my Ko-Fi page, of course, if you would like to see different shop stuff and different updates and everything there, different TikTok tutorials. But I keep getting these ideas and kind of either grabbing onto the one that interests me the most or like letting them just go because I'm focused on too many of my whips or too many of whatever. So I need to seriously like work them out. Are you coming over here now to bother me? I need to like seriously like plan things out and figure out like best timing to do things and when to accomplish things, and like, okay, if this video needs to go live here or if this product launch needs to go live here, I need to be done with it here, which means I need to be working on things here. After this month, I'm definitely gonna have a huge shop launch, because I'm gonna have all of these products from this month that I've been making all month long. I need to probably get them ready to go live, like right around the time of this video going live, so that I can launch this video and then be like, congrats, you can go buy all the things you saw in this video that you want to buy. I was about to start my call with my friends and I was like pulling out my project to work on it, and it's this project which I have been like showing you guys. It's my Suzette stitch blanket. I love the Suzette stitch. It's so much fun. It's one of my favorite stitches. I don't want to work on this. I literally just realized I have no motivation to work on this project or finish it. I think the size is wrong. I think everything's wrong. So I'm gonna frog it, and I'm not gonna add this to my whip bucket for this month, but I have been thinking, oh, by the way, I found the hook. It had fallen out of the project. It was the pink one. I have an idea for what I want to do in March related to scrap yarn, and I definitely want to do another scrap yarn project in March, like thematically throughout March. I have an idea, and my idea is kind of related to, instead of weighing a bunch of yarn at the beginning of the month and seeing how much I can go through it, is instead I can use any of my yarn, but I weigh it as I go. So that's kind of my thought. I have this whole entire thing next to me, this whole thing full of yarn, and like right now I'm not motivated to use any of it because it doesn't count towards like my project, but like there's a lot of really fun yarn in there that like I want to use, but like it doesn't like count towards my goal. So I'm like, don't do it. Anyways, I am going to frog this. I have two little updates for you all. First off, I got my Furls hook in the mail. Here's like a nice little YouTube makeup view. So I did an unboxing of this on my TikTok page if you want to go see that, but this is the 7mm in the Fjord, I don't remember what the next word was, but basically in the Fjord resin. If you go and type all of that in, you will find it. I have been using it a little bit of last night and then most of today just to try to practice it and feel it out, and I really like it. It is helping with some of my wrist pain, although I do still have wrist pain just from, you know, crocheting obsessively, but it's really nice. It does not catch like my other 7mm, which was whatever this freaking brand is. I'm done with this brand. I'm never buying one of these again. I have two of them, and I have it in an H and a 7mm. I don't even know what an H is. To practice with it, I decided to start a blanket last night. This would be my big final project for this video, which was I wanted to start two projects from beginning to end. So this was the second project that I wanted to start from beginning to end. I know I kind of said, oh, maybe I'll do a small one, but I was like, oh, I really want to do something big with my new 7mm hook just to like really feel it out. So I went through all of my like yarns that I was saving for specific projects, and I realized I had a couple in there that I like wasn't saving for specific projects. I was just kind of hoarding, and that was, I had 4 of these Mandala Alliance brand gradient yarns in the color olive. So I had 4 of these, and then I had 1 of the Karen macchiato cakes in the color Serenity. And I have decided to get ready for this bad boy, because I made a lot of progress. A moss stitch in the round blanket, which I think is so pretty. Look at all those colors together. They're gorgeous. I'm definitely going to make, I just love blankets in the round. I think they're so pretty, but I definitely want to make more blankets where every single other row I switch colors. This one called for a 5.5, this one called for a 6mm. I also love sizing up, and both of these yarns are actually pretty soft, and so it has like a nice drape to it, and it's not super heavy so far, and I think having like the size up also just helped it drape really nicely and everything. It's gorgeous. I don't think I've shown you all of the freaking bucket hats that I have been making. All of these are out of scrap yarn. I think I showed you guys this one, which I really think is so cute. I'll try it on really quickly. I think I showed you this one. I do have a clip in the back of my head, so these might not fit great, so I'm not gonna try all of them on. And I think I showed you this one, which I also really love, but I also made this one, which is reversible. This side is blue, and then I made this one, which it's not reversible, but a little bit less exciting with the ruffles. And then I made This one, which it's a little bit smaller than the rest, but it has like a cute little sunflower on the top. This one, which is just orange, it doesn't really have ruffles, and honestly, if it was in red, it would 100% be Paddington Bear's hat. I think it's so funny. And then this one, which is my absolute favorite, it is all 100% double-stranded scrap yarn. So I will put this one on for you guys because I feel like you need to see it. It is a pattern that I completely wrote myself, and I love it. I did break it down and write it out for myself so that I can eventually, hopefully really soon, write it out and have it for you guys to follow. But it is an 8mm hook. It is 2 4-weight yarns held together, and it's a bunch of different things that you need to do every single row to get this shape. But I am the most happy with this shape out of all of them. So this is the one I will be emulating moving forward. And the plan is then now to just keep working on this. I don't know how many of these 4 will go into the blanket because I only have one of these, and like kind of when it ends, I guess it ends. But also if it's like not big enough, I have more of these but in a different color. It's in the like brown color, so I thought that might be nice. I don't know. We'll just have to kind of see how big it is when this ends and make a decision then. Okay, so I have to take a slight delay on this project. It's looking great. It's looking fantastic. It's about 40 inches across, but I ran out of the macchiato cake yarn, which I was pretty sure I was going to do. Where's the end? Here's the end. So I looked up yarn online and it was on sale. So I broke my yarn buying ban one more time to order some yarn so that I could make this a little bit bigger and so that I would be able to use up the last 2 of these, because they like 2 of these was almost exactly one of those. I couldn't find the Serenity, but they had another one that was like so freaking close, and I could tell that the labels have changed. So I was wondering if maybe it was the same yarn, but with just a slightly different name. I don't know, but it's green, so I will use it to finish this blanket, and I'm really excited. But it is Sunday right now. I don't have my watch on me. I think it's like the 22nd, and that yarn, the earliest, is supposed to get here on the 25th. So it'll be a few days. And even though I am moving slow, I am still moving. So I looked through my projects that I'm like, oh, I want to start and finish these things. And like I have some that are very specific, like, oh, I want to do this, but I have to like follow a very specific pattern or something. I really don't want to be thinking, especially because I'm going so slow. So I picked up this yarn. I have, I think it's 10 of these, and I've been wanting to make a blanket out of them. It is a thick yarn. It is going to be a big hook too, which just means that I will have to go slow anyways because my right arm will get tired, which is perfect for my left arm now. Hello, it is later that same day. I have officially done 5 of those balls of yarn. Look how cute and pretty and big this freaking thing is. I always forget how quickly bulky yarn works up. I am just going to be continuing to work on this project. I'm probably going to be able to do another 2, maybe 3 of these tonight because it's 9:10 and I don't have work for the next 2 days. But another little project I would like to do tonight is to prepare myself a little bit for tomorrow. This Friday is the last day of February. Oh, this wrist is starting to hurt. Not from crocheting, from I haven't explained this anywhere yet because I am slightly embarrassed, but I live in a 2-story, it's kind of like a townhouse, kind of like an apartment. I use house, apartment interchangeably. Anyways, it's 2 stories and I fell down the stairs. One of my biggest fears, actually I think it might be my biggest fear, is heights, and something that comes along with it is I am afraid of stairs, like definitely afraid of stairs, especially carpeted stairs. And I have carpeted stairs here, but I've lived in this place like 4 years now, I think. And so I've gotten really used to my stairs and I know them and I'm comfortable and like I'm not afraid of them anymore. And so it's fine. I fell down them 2 days ago now at this point, yesterday. And I mostly landed on my left wrist, my butt, and my back, but I did end up knocking this wrist a little bit. So there's like a bruise here. There's like a giant scraped on my back there's a giant bruise on my butt, and I do think this wrist is sprained. Besides that, it's just a general feeling of like achiness in my body and a general sense of like fear every single time I have to go back up and down those stairs, which is really annoying because I feel that fear every single time I go up and down stairs everywhere, but I had gotten over it in my own home, and so that was really nice. And now it's back in my own home. Eventually I'll get used to it again and it'll calm down after I heal and I do the stairs like so many times. This Friday is the last day of the month, so that means that all of my goals need to be checked off for the month. And as for my goals for the month, everything so far has like a big fat "you've done a great job," except for the no buying of yarn. What I would like to do is I still have quite a bit of yarn in here. A little bit, I've divided some out into this bag because, oh, I don't know how well you can see, I just have a tote bag here. A little bit in here, this is just so that I could like carry it around and travel with it. Majority of it is in here, and I have not weighed it, measured it, like kept track of it at all. I don't plan to until the last day of the month because I want it to be like a big reveal. But what I would like to do is I feel like I don't have a good grasp of everything that's in here. I want to lay out all of the scrap yarn balls I have, cake up any that have like become loose because some of them have decided to become loose. There have been a couple of times, do you see him? You do. There have been a couple of times that I've had to undo like rat nests in here where the yarn has tied itself together. I want to lay it all out, I think, on the floor. Hopefully keep the cat away from it, and then maybe group it by like colors so that I can kind of just have a better understanding of what I have left. Okay, this is how I finally got him to leave me alone, is I just gave him a box and he's obsessed now. Hopefully he will stay away from me while I just give you guys a quick tour. Oh, you're not even looking at me. Oh well, whatever. Emptied everything out. This over here is my bulkier yarns, so there's only 3 of them left, so I didn't bother putting them by color. Everything else is weight for yarn. So this is my white off-whites. I have 2 yellows, I have a bunch of oranges, I have a bunch of browns. Back there's greens. I don't know how well it shows up as green, but those are greens. Then I have kind of pink, and I only had 1 purple, so I'm just shoving it here with these like pink because I only have these pinks and they're kind of more mauve-y than real honest to God pinks anyways. And then I have my blues, which kind of just look black here or whatever. And then I have grays. I have so much gray. And then I have maroon, and I have this one bit of this red, which I actually don't even really want to use this month. Because I want to save it for something, for another project, so I'm going to throw it in there. It will be like reweighed because it won't get used up, but I want to save it. And then over there I have like multicolor, so this too, I wound up a bunch of different colors, scraps together. That is just leftover, a little bit of scraps, and that is just multicolored different pinks and purples. I still have quite a bit to use up, but now I feel like I have a way better grasp on actually like what I have. Where did he go? He's behind me. That's where I set up that tote bag for him first, because I thought, oh, he'll just lay, as soon as you put like a rectangle down, cats tend to go on them. But no, he did not do that. He had to stalk me first. So, oh, he's back in his little hidey hole. Let's see what happens. Boop. Kelsier, I have lost my bucket, boy. I heard this noise and I turn around and he has plopped himself inside of my bucket. I finished the blanket. Here it is on my back, but here you go. Look at that. Gorgeous, gorgeous blanket. I had just enough yarn left over at the end. I'm really glad I finished this. I really liked the pattern. I enjoyed that a lot. I will be listing it on my Etsy shortly because it is like 50% wool, I think I said. And I am like mildly allergic to wool, so I just can't have that. Definitely need to go and have some lunch because I'm hungry. I don't know why I'm so hungry. I had breakfast today and it's barely noon, but I'm hungry. So we're gonna go have some lunch. And then when I come back, I am going to be working through my scraps. I think it would be really fun to do some type of like randomizer to pick out scraps. I don't know if that is in the vein of I roll dice and that tells me how many colors I have to use. I'm thinking maybe I do a couple of bucket hats first, and then after that maybe I start up a big project again. It's time to work on scrap project. I don't know why I'm leaving the light behind. So it also started getting really cold because it like stormed out and now it's freezing, but it is time to gather up some scrap yarn. I'm really in the mood to watch a movie, so I'm gonna go through my list of movies that friends have recommended me over the many years. I'm just gonna put on like the one that sounds the goofiest, and then I'm gonna start crocheting. I'm gonna start with something easy that I know how to do, which is a bucket hat, and then I think after that I will move on to something a little bit more complicated. For a bucket hat, I think I want to challenge myself and do something with 4 or 5 colors, and I'm kind of feeling like I want to do something with the purple and the pink since I am struggling so much with those colors. I'm going to just go ahead and grab the 2 small pinks. I can come back and grab the bigger ones later. I'm gonna grab the purple. So this is what I'm thinking. This is the color that I wanted to start with and base everything off of. We know I have been struggling with this color, and apparently my hair has been in it. So start with this, and then I was thinking after last night that this purple definitely went with it. And then also when I did that, I really liked this kind of going with it as well. Then from there, I wanted to add in a gray, which is the gray, and then add in a maroon, and then I was deciding between doing a brown or this blue. I was originally going to do like a navy, but my navies, I feel like I use them all the time and they're kind of treasured. So I think this though would be really pretty with this. Like, look how nice that is. I finished the hat and I'm obsessed. These colors look so good together. Every single row or every single color had 2 colors except for the brown. It only had 1 row of colors, and guess what? I already tied in all of my ends. Fantastic. And I figured out how to make it with the 1 strand and my 7mm hook. I decided while I still had all the yarn that I liked how the colors went together, I would do another one, but not with the gray and the brown and this like multicolored one, just the pink, the purple, the blue, and the maroon. And I would do 2 rows with every single color, except the last row I could only have 1. And I really like this one as well. This is the difference between the 2. Otherwise the pattern is exactly the same. I think there was 1 stitch where I messed up on this one, but shh, we don't talk about that. I was gonna take some time today to photograph a bunch of the bucket hats so that I could start listing them on my Etsy soon, but it was like the gloomiest, rainiest day. Let me show you what the weather looks like. This has been all day for me. I was like, I'm not feeling that. Not feeling like that's a good photography use of my time. I am off work again tomorrow, which is fantastic. And I'm feeling like, yeah, now I want to do a little bit longer of a project. It's 6:06, so I will need to stop for dinner at some point. I gotta figure out what I want to do. Good morning. It is a little bit bluer out today. Oh, let me light this side of my face as well. But it's not going to stay very sunny for very long. We're supposed to be getting some showers pretty soon. I need to sit down and make a to-do list of all the things I need to do. I know dishes, but that's a personal thing. That's not like towards crochet. I know I want to go through all of the items that I have crocheted. I don't know how well you can see it, but there's a stack here and here that I have been working on for mostly this month, but the past few months that I have just been making, and then have never photographed or put up on my Etsy. So I'm going to put all of my scrap yarn that is still on the floor back into the bucket because I have started working on what I'm going to call my final project of February, which is going to be this sweater. So this is going to be the body. It's going to be a little bit cropped because it is like a looser, meshier material. Then this will be, I think this is going to be the front, and then I'll just do the same here, and then I'll join them at the very top, and then I'll just do the arms off of it. But this was what I did last night and then a little bit of this morning. So I'd like to continue making progress, at least finish the body today, and then maybe only have the sleeves to work on in the future. I figured while I still had all those colors that I really liked, they were definitely enough to make a sweater when it was like this meshy material. So I was just gonna use those. I need to pick up all the scraps off the floor, move them into the bucket, and then I'm going to lay out everything that I have made. Probably put them into like categories, you know, blankets, wearables, hats, bandanas. I know I have some accessories and stuff, put them into categories, and then some things are already listed on Etsy, so those I won't need to put out, but I'll probably keep them somewhere to the side. And then just try to make a game plan for how I want to go about photographing things. Oh, and I also definitely need to do a thumbnail and post the video for YouTube. I kind of just want to get that done since I know that would be like a really easy task because everything's edited and it's like all ready to go, like it's uploaded. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with my planner. I have a planner here. Is this the one I wanted? I have two planners. I have one that's like a month-long one. Yeah, this is the one I wanted, sorry. And I'm just gonna write down everything I wanna do so I can like see it. And then if I don't get to anything, I still know what I need to get to in the future. Hey fan, I have this water bottle that I ordered only a few months ago and I love it. It's downstairs. It's covered in stickers. And this part here that keeps the drinking part protected broke. And I knew I had a lifetime warranty on the water bottle, so I contacted the company and I was like, hey, it broke. I've never dropped it, nothing, blah, blah, blah. I've only had it like maybe 3 months, probably less. And they responded that day and they're like, for free, we'll send you a replacement lid. It's just going to take a few weeks to get the replacement lid to you. So I'm really excited. I did have to go to the store and get like a $10 water bottle. This was probably like 25 bucks, the whole water bottle, not just the cap. This was free, the replacement. I have the straw, thankfully I saved that. But I'm really happy that they replaced it and I finally have this back because I love that water bottle. This is the water bottle, which I haven't put the new cap on because I need to wash it. So my stickers, books, and it's a Band-Aid. This one says read more books, and then it says Sand Hill Supply Co., which I got in Orlando. This one is just a sweater with a pine tree. I think it's super cute. I also got that in Orlando. This one says Harvard Museum of Natural History. This was the first one I got and I love it. And I love the Harvard Museum of Natural History. Great place if you get to go. And then this one says Found Family Book Club. You'll notice a theme pretty quickly. And then this one says listening to audiobooks is reading, which I very much believe. So I just filled it up with cold water and I brought the straw, but I don't know why I did that because I need to go wash this right now. My sweet boy, I ordered him a Chewy's package. I actually ordered him a few things and they're all coming separate, but this is the first package that has arrived. And he was sitting here at the window, which this is the front of the house, and he saw the box, the delivery man with the box, and he like chirped for it. And then I just went and got it, and I'm not gonna do like an unboxing or anything, but we are going to play right now, me and him, with some of the items. This I got him for my desk so that he will lay in this and not like crawl over my desk and bother me. There is some catnip in it. I don't know when we'll exactly do that. I got him a tunnel. This is gonna go underneath my bed so that he stops trying to climb into my bed. I've tried so many ways to get him to stop that. And then I got him some of the balls. There's like tons more coming, but this is the only package that's arriving today. And then also he gets a box, which he's already inside of. So let's see how he does. I'm gonna do a green one because green is one of his favorite colors. Yeah, you like it? You wanna go get it? I don't know if you guys saw that, but he jumped out of that box real dang quick. So I might have to clean up all of the beautiful things I just laid out so that me and him can like really play, because I got this for him so that he could run around. Pretty much the items that are left to do: clean my desk, unbox my Michael's order, which is now not coming today, it's now coming tomorrow, which is super fun. Finish my sweater, which is going to take some time, and take photos of everything. I also need to eat some lunch and do like the personal items, you know, remake my bed, do the dishes, but I really need to take photos and I am avoiding it and I can feel it. So I need to change my outfit. What do I want to do, Cal? Do we want to spin or do we want to jump? Or maybe we should do a spin jump. Let's try it. Okay. It's good enough for what we need to do. I'm not gonna get through all of this today, so I'm just gonna have to pick and choose what I want to list the most. Honestly, right now, I think I just need to pick like a few items and then eat and then come back and do a few more items. So it's March 2nd. So I'm not that far into the month, but it's time to do the final wrap up for the video. Yeah, I'm gonna call this month a general success. First off, let's talk about this project, the final thing I was working on. I did do the front or the back panel, I don't know which one this is gonna be, and then ended up not doing whichever other panel it was. It's fine. I'm happy that I worked on something and I did some things, but I didn't get to finish it. I have been working on this, oh my goodness, this blanket in my free time. It's downstairs, I'm not gonna go get it. It's a star blanket. You can see on my TikTok if you want. I also got the yarn in for this project. It's definitely not the same green, but I will use it because it's green and it's the right type of yarn, so I'm happy enough with it. Now, the main part of this video was to see how much of my scrap yarn I could use up. I had some other goals, so we'll go through all of those, everything that I did this month, and we'll talk through it all. But this is the main point of this month, so I'm really excited to weigh this. I have been able to condense everything out of the purple bucket into just this one white bucket, so I'm really happy with that. So my goals for this month were to not buy any yarn. I failed that epically, like epically. Beyond just buying the yarn for my friend's wedding present, I went on many shopping sprees. So that is like a 0. I did not do well on that one, and I'm just gonna have to hope that next month I do way better on it. And I'm just gonna have to be okay with it because like I failed it. There's nothing I can do about it now. I'm hoping I will do better in the future. The next thing I wanted to work on was clearing at least 2 whips. I finished my scrap blanket project. This one, I finished it right at the beginning of the month. I only had a little bit to work on it, and I did finish that, so that was a huge success. And then I decided to frog my blanket that had this color, my Suzette stitch, and then it had all of the other like scrap yarn projects in it, and that went back into my hanging thing that's on the side. So eventually it'll be put into the scrap bucket, but I didn't want to add it into the weight here because it wasn't in the weight at the beginning of the month, so I didn't think it really counted. So I will count those as both being projects that were finished because they're no longer whips on the door. And then I said I wanted to start and finish 2 projects. Kelsey, stop that. From scratch. So let me grab what I did. I did start and finish this blanket, which was really fun, and I'm really glad I got to work on it. I don't know if I even showed it in this video or not. Hopefully I did. And then I no longer have it with me because it now is with my friend at, you know, she owns it, it's hers, but my friend's wedding present. Those have been successes so far. The final one, which was the big one out of this, I wanted to make at least 10 projects out of scrap yarn. So did I do that? The quick answer is yes, I very much did it. So I have my notes here because I'm not gonna hold all of them up because there are so freaking many of them. So I ended up making 8 bucket hats out of the scrap yarns. I finished my scrap yarn blanket. I made 6 bandanas. I made 2 shawls. I made 1 scarf. I made 1 beanie, and I started a sweater. That's a lot. That's a friggin' lot. I'm really proud of myself. But the big question is, how much weight did I go through? So let's go set up my scale and then we'll weigh this and see. Okay, I've got my yarn. Nothing is like hanging off the edge or anything. And it's coming at 7 pounds and 11.4 ounces. So that means I almost used 7 whole pounds. We'll call it 6 pounds just to be fair of yarn this month. just of scrap yarn, because I mean I used plenty of other yarn and other projects, but I can't believe it. That is fantastic. So how am I feeling about this month? I do feel like this is a huge success. Besides the no buy, everything else I very much succeeded at. I call it 100% succeeding, very much so. So I'm glad. I'm really happy with how I did. Didn't think it was going to be that high of a weight. I thought it was going to probably be around 5 pounds if you had asked me. Like, I know 6 isn't that much more than 5, but when you're talking like yarn, and most of my yarn is like weight 4, like to get a whole nother pound is quite a bit of yarn. So I'm impressed. How much have you guys been crocheting in the month of February? What are you guys looking forward to working on in the next few months? I hope you're having a great time. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy crochet, cats, all kinds of fun things, please subscribe, because I enjoy, oh, he hears a bird. I'm gonna let him go, because this is the kind of content that I am working on posting more of, and I'm trying to find my regular cadence, but I don't have a regular schedule yet, but I am working on it. I'm hoping, one of my goals for the month of March is to try and find when is my preferred day of the month, day of the week to post on. Just know that I am working on bringing you some more content a little bit more regularly coming up in the future. So if you want to see that, like I said, you can subscribe, and I'd be happy to, you know, have you join this community where we are talking about yarn and cats sometimes. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate you.